Hello there, my name is Jordan Leroy Hansen, also known as The Dev, and I'm here to provide for a design around a card, a peculiar card to design around, which in this case is Splintergraft. Now, Splintergraft is an 8 mana 8/8 that has a battle cry to choose a friendly minion and add a 10/10 copy to your hand that costs 10. So, with this one, I decided to brew a little peculiar. In this case, I decided to brew essentially on a Quest Druid deck, which, for those of you who don't know, the Quest is Jungle Giants, and a Quest is a card that you have at the beginning of the game, you play it on your turn 1, and you go on the quest, which in this case is to summon 5 minions with 5 or more attack. With the reward being Barnabas, which is a 5 mana 8/8 that makes all minions in your deck cost 0. So, our main point of the deck is actually to control the early game using Jesper's Fatstone, Doomsayer, Ferocious Howl, Branching Path, Swipe, Spreading Plague, etc., etc., to hopefully ramp up using stuff like Wild Growth and Nourish to play cards with Oaken Summons or play Cursed Disciples, which is our main priority way to try to get the quests completed early, or even summon a thing like Splintergraft or something along that line, or the Lich King, or Scenarios, or Tarantus early, but mostly the main thing is to summon Mountain Giant early, to get the quest done ridiculously early, and then these minions will cost 0, which then we use a Gloop Sprayer, which, honestly, this is a last minute cut, but I'm starting to realize you only need one Gloop Sprayer for this deck, so what was the one minion I wanted to put in this deck? It's-Led Fungal Ward is hilarious, but nah. I think it was an early game 5 drop, which in this case I want to put Elise that also could be used as a card draw engine if our card draw engine doesn't work. Yeah, I actually want to do that. That's actually really good. Sorry that was a last minute deck change, but essentially we use that to generate value and hopefully win the game by generating a bunch of big minions and swinging in the face. I hope you all enjoyed the gameplay, but I will be honest, this deck is one of the less competitively viable deck archetypes, so caution to the wind, some of these matches are going to be a little bit ouchy. I'll put it like that, but we'll see. Who knows, maybe this is a night where I actually get lucky with this deck, so is this a deck that I would like to rank with? No, I usually like to do other decks like Big Hand Mage or even Shaman, but sometimes you gotta try out unique things.
The forest fights back.
Okay, I'm going to make the presumption that this is Aggro Warlock. So we're going to keep a Spreading Plague in the starting hand since we can ramp up to it relatively early and use a Spreading Plague to hopefully counter the 25,922 happy goals that they're going to play. Okay, slight sarcasm there, but so too many happy goals. Anyway, we're going to play the quest. They're probably going to play a Demon Imp or any 1-drop that damages them, such as Kobold Librarian or Flame Imp, or they're just going to draw. Okay, makes sense. So, we're just going to ramp. And we'll probably just Ferocious Howl. Depends on how the opponent plays this. Okay, looked like one of the rare times we're going against potentially a Hand Warlock? That was actually perfect, because now we can upgrade the Spellstone, just in case if we see anything that is unpleasant.
You're so sweet.
Ah, Control Warlock. Okay. Lucky enough, we're not really a combo deck, so I mean, this is still going to be a hard match, but it's not the end of the world scenario. One could also make the argument that this might be one of the rare archetypes we actually might do decent against, but I'm not going to bet money on the farm on that. Anyway. The problem is, one potential counter-argument that this might not be our greatest matchup is that they usually run the Oh, I'm forgetting her name. The one that pretty much you have to play a bunch of spells when she dies, and then if you complete all those, essentially what is a semi-mana infested quest, you summon a 10/10 that destroys your deck, or destroys the opponent's deck, so... If the opponent runs that card, we might be in a pickle. Not a big pickle, but a pickle. Okay, so the opponent decides the Arcane Tyrant. We personally don't mind that, because all we're just going to do is... Badoo. And presuming that if the Mountain Giant survives, which, let's be frank, it's probably going to be... what do they call that card? Soul something something? Or Voodoo Doll. It was either one or the other. So probably Defile, I'm guessing, or just... Okay, a Dark Possession. Okay. Hmm.
So many possibilities.
There's an argument just to Splintergraft right now.
Almost out of time.
I think the opponent's deciding whether or not they want a Mortal Coil. They decided to just do the trade. Makes sense. Okay, if we draw one of our early game 5-drops, that would be nice. That I will take a Branching Paths for kind of a dead turn, so... We're gonna draw a card. And... yeah, it's slow, so we're gonna draw a card. And we're just going to play this out. If the opponent decides to silence it, then, I don't know. Is there ever an argument to make a 10/10 Doomsayer?
Yes. Oh, yes. They'll serve me now.
Uh-huh. Let's see, we have about...
Dark light snaps all. This'll be good.
There we go. Best part is, we only need to do 2 more activations for the quest. Which makes me not really want to Ultimate Infestation just yet until we complete the quest.
I wonder.
We might just Splintergraft pretty soon, though.
Yes,
Almost out of time. Warriors of the
Okie dokie. Now this is where we could be in the problem. They might be playing research project, so we're going to just hope that the research project targets the specific either Splintergraft, Doomsayer, and not Barnabas.
yes. Oh, yes.
Okay,
They'll
doesn't look like they're
serve
playing
me
that.
now.
Huh, interesting.
darkness rises.
Okay. So, how do we want to do this? I think we first want to do... Take something from your deck, since you're being so... Okay. There are days where you're like, did that just happen?
They grow up so fast.
Nah. That is not the one I would wanted to target, but it happens. Still, Grinda Closkin. We do have zero-cost mountain giants in the deck.
So many possibilities.
We have zero-cost mountain giants in the deck. With Glinda Crowskin. And an anti-magic shell. Ooh, that's pretty good. Okay, that's pretty good. We're just gonna do this.
So many possibilities. Almost out of time.
Okay, they're setting up for a Defile, is what I'm guessing?
Who dares defy this ancient land?
Pretty much we're telling the opponent that they are going to have to... The only reason why we did this is because we do have a Grinda Closkin, so... We're pretty much telling the opponent to... pretty much do their board wipe now. We're pretty much telling.
So many possibilities.
But if he keeps this up, which he's not, he's gotta have a board wipe. He's probably trying to think if there's any other ways, like either setting up a Defile or something. Still, this is kind of what I wanted to do with the deck. Have kind of like silly turns where I have like a board state like this, so... Mission accomplished. Though it doesn't really feature Splintergraft, unfortunately. Okay, so we keep our board states.
Shadow.
Okay, opponent. Okay. So then now we're going to play Splintergraft on the one card that makes sense to play it on.
Naturally.
Wait, didn't he already attack?
This'll be good.
Wait. Nah, that doesn't work. Would be hilarious if it worked, but it does not work like that.
My hunger grows.
Yeah, one of the rare times the deck actually goes off. Whee! Okay. But we do have about 5 cards in hand, so...
My hunger grows.
Okay, so the opponent's going to take out the Mountain Giant. Makes sense. Oh boy, they are going to do some combat math to try to do either a really good Defile or...
I must feed now. So many bloody decisions.
Okay. That's the Hellfire, as we kind of suspected. Anything else, opponent? Oh, well played!
Who dares defy this ancient?
Okay. Since down... Thank you, opponent. Okay, we'll keep it short tonight since I have to work on the review video for the Rastekhan Rumble. But that was probably one of the rare times where the deck actually worked. So, if you want to, here is the... Let's see, let me get to it. There we go. Here is the deck list. I'll try to get a Hearthstone deck list on there. My Hearthstone's kind of been... Hearthstone... I cannot pronounce that. Hearthstone account, essentially, to put the deck list on there and put a link down in the captions if you want to see it. But here's the deck if you want to see it right off the bat. Hope you enjoyed this experimentation with Splintergraft, which apparently it's good to make a 10-10 scenarios, which was fun. So, hope you enjoyed the gameplay. This is LevDev, signing out.